Well, hello and welcome back. Today we're not working on the camper. We are going to be doing some service items on Baby D, the Chevy Colorado Z71 with the Duramax diesel. Here she is. So what I'm going to do today is I am changing the front and rear differential fluid. I'm not going to go into a video on pulling the plugs, putting Teflon on them before you put it back in, or how it's done. There's lots of videos out there. I am, however, because we do a lot of towing, I did some research. If you know of anything different, I am going to do it this time. Comment below. The recommendation from a lot of people with these Colorados, especially if you're towing a lot, which we tow, the Apex. Now, when I towed the Clipper, it was a little different. The Clipper was lighter, not as long. And so what we're doing now is I'm going to switch up to Lucas full synthetic, and I'm going to go, instead of the 7590, I'm going to go with the 75140. Now, what they do say is if you do that, it's better for the strenuous towing that we do. And on top of that, you may lose a mile or two a gallon in fuel. You may notice a little bit different. I am going to do the transfer case. I am going to change the transfer case with the AC Delco factory fluid. I think it's Dextron 6 that they do, full synthetic on that. I'm not doing the transmission right now or the filter because it was just done at like 102,000 miles. So we're good there. A couple of things to note is I've already drained the rear fluid. Nice thing about these is it's very simple. There is a drain plug in the bottom, drain plug in the side. Drain it out, clean up your magnet in the bottom. Well, there's the part of the conversation I want to jump into. This has 132,000 miles on it now. The past 30,000 miles since we've owned it, we have done a lot of towing with it. One cross country. Towing this Apex 28 foot. It's actually a 25 footer. I think total length is 28.6 or 28.9, something like that. But fully loaded, about 6,500 pounds is what we keep it at. Towing it through the mountains and whatnot. The Clipper, once again, a little different when we went cross country. There wasn't a whole lot of stress on the truck. I don't think there's a whole lot of stress on the truck with this. It's just, you do know it's there. It's a lot bulkier than the truck is. It has no problem pulling it, and I don't fear anything. If you watch my previous video, we did put the Hensley hitch on it also, so great thing there. Between the Hensley hitch, the RAS system, and the rear to take a little sag out of it, I have not done anything to this truck. It's not on a diet. There's no catch can in it. It stays fairly clean. It's just Donna and I and our little dog Ruger. Very seldomly has anybody even ridden in the back seat. So anyway, pulled the plugs on the rear diff. I'm getting ready to go do the front one now. And there was nothing. The magnet was clean. So surprisingly enough, the fluid looked good too. Maybe it wasn't done at a dealership where they recorded it. They did do a full service on it at 100,000 miles before we bought it. So if you're watching a previous video, somebody had done the brakes on it. Chevy dealership, not the dealership I bought it from. What a mess that was. But anyway, don't know if they changed it. It doesn't appear to have been changed. Everything appears to be right from the factory on the plugs. There was no Teflon on it. There was a little goop on it that somebody had put on it. I believe that's what they do in the factory. The factory spot was on it. It didn't look like anything had ever been, in it to the 3/8 drive to remove it. It appears to be factory. With that being said, when we bought this truck, this truck was a fleet truck. I did a lot of highway miles it had never towed before. So we, in essence, are probably the first people to tow with it. And we have put it through the ringer, and it's held up great. I'm still on the original tires I had it. They were just put on. The ones that came from the factory, the Kevlar reinforced tires. So yeah, other than routine maintenance on it, oil changes, changing the fuel filters. I do change the fuel filters out probably more than you really need to. I would just rather do it. It's a cheap thing. I buy all name brand stuff, the AC Delco that's supposed to be in it, air filters, stuff like that. Listen, if you do it once a year, regardless whether you need it or not. Just do it. It's not much. If you spend $100 total on the parts, oil change, air filter, fuel filters, you know, even if you're doing the front and rear diff, I think the front rear diff and transfer case is like $50 in fluids and a little bit of your time if you want to do the task yourself. Now, what's going to happen after this? I'm doing this now because next weekend, my brother-in-law is coming down to help me, and we are going to tackle the timing belt. I went to Sasquatch and ordered the complete kit. I also ordered the tensioner, not for the timing belt, but the serpentine belt. I ordered the tensioner also, so just to go ahead and replace it, water pump, the whole 9 yards. So we're gonna do that. I'm at 132. They recommend 150. It's one of those things. You get involved in you know, online things, and you watch people. Oh, I want to do it every 100,000 miles. Well, the factory says you know, 150. I remember reading one whole group that said, well, you know, if it goes before 150, the factory has to pay it. It's warranted till then. No, it's not. They recommend 150. That is actually what they do. If you're out of your warranty, you're out of your warranty. Good luck trying to fight that in court. So yeah, if you have abused it and you know, stretched out the belt is if there was a small leak under the cover of coolant, because these have the little coolant plug back there, and it deteriorated the belt a little bit, yeah, you have a better chance. And this is an interference motor, so if you break that timing belt, it's all over with the crying. So with that being said, we're going to replace it. I would rather replace it now than worry how much longer am I going to be able to tow. What if I'm, you know, on a trip somewhere and bam, the timing belt goes. It goes. I don't even know what it is. I think ideas were in the range of $7,000 to $8,000 to have a new Duramax put in this, unless you send it off to a diesel shop and possibly tear it apart and have it rebuilt. I don't want to go through that. I plan on running this thing as long as I can. You know, trucks aren't cheap. I have no reason to upgrade truck. This does what we need it to do, and it does great around town. I was thinking about upgrading it to a 2500 series Duramax, but why? It's a lot of truck that I don't need. With that being said, I'm going to finish up the diffs. I'm going to do the, I'm not sure, like I said, if I'm going to do the transfer case fluid today. Once again, it's simple. A few minutes each thing it takes to do it. The transmission, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to do it. It's not a big deal to drop the pan on these, because from what I did here is on the gas engine, there's the exhaust goes across there, and it's a real mess. You got to loosen everything up to get it to fall, to get the pan off. These, it's all right there. It's not a big deal. Z71, I think the ZR2 has some skid plate things that you have to remove to access everything. The Z71, I think there's one plate that I'm going to have to take off real quick at the, I don't remember if it's a transfer case or the front differential. I'll have to see when I get down there. Once again, guys, if you can do it, if you want to tackle it, small things on your car, it does give you a peace of mind if you say you did it yourself, as long as you do it right. And it gets done. Take your time. YouTube is, bam, there you go, right? There's 9 million videos on anything you want to type in. And if you can't get an idea on how to do it there, yes, by all means, bring it to a dealer, have somebody else do it for you. But I'm a hands-on person. I like to tackle every task myself. There's the next thing. I'm going to put a 30 amp outlet, RV outlet out here at the garage, so we can keep the camper plugged in all the time. Any ideas for any good videos? I have watched a few of them. Maybe tell me in the comments below. And there you have it. I'm not going to post another video when I do the front diff or the transfer case. I've told you I'm going to do it. What I will do is have a part 2 to this video that'll come out after it's all done. I'm going to run it down the road, tell you if it's, how it feels. Hey, after the first time towing, you know me, I post a video 8 months later, I might actually put it on YouTube. So it's just me. Look at the previous videos. It's no frills. Here it is. I hold my phone in my hand and I create a video. With that being said, If you like these, clips, like and subscribe below, and like and subscribe below, and I'll just keep posting them. Doesn't matter if there's 1 view, 2 views, 10 views, 100 views. Maybe it'll help somebody out. Somebody be noodling around and go, look at this guy. Let me just watch a couple things he has. And they're random stuff. It's nothing major. So, all right. We'll see you in the next one.